back to Daytona. 23 laps complete, caution-free thus far. A stern talking to at the drivers' meeting, and the action of yesterday's last practice may have tempered the opening laps of this race just a bit. Kenny Schrader leads Randy LaJoie and Mike McLaughlin, all proven commodities in this Busch Grand National Series, but they are side by side back in the field. That's Matt Kenseth, last year's runner-up, the yellow and black car, taking a spot away.
And that's Phil Parsons just behind him in the 10 there. And you can see he knows this early in the race, and he's not handling just as like he wants to, so he just moved over and let him go. Phil has a lot of experience here.
Kenseth takes over 12th place. And there's Ron Hornaday working the bottom of the racetrack now against Parsons.
And his car working very well. Look at him really shoot on in front of him.
One car in the air. Spins around in that big smoke cloud. There are more cars wrecking behind them. Oh, and Waltrip's car had come to a stop and got pounded. Andy Santerre. Oh, last year's Rookie of the Year from Maine. That's Santerre's number 47 that is wrecked. Here is Michael Waltrip's car. And that is Waltrip's car was stopped when it got hit, and it got slammed into by a third machine. Jeff Purvis is involved. There is
Purvis' car, number 4.
Ned, those cars trailing the play in that cloud of smoke. Everybody checked up. And,
you can see the drivers moving around. That's always a good sight to see. That's Michael Waltrip. He's got his left hand out. He's coming out against the wall there.
Now there's a window in the right side of the car, which makes getting out of that side difficult. That and the roll cage. Michael's going to wait for a little help.
You can see him getting his breath back there. Boy, I tell you, that's a hard lick he took.
Michael drives his own car in this series.
Fireman just behind him, climbing up on the wall there, just in case.
After the initial spin, what likely happened is as cars begin to hit the brakes and check up, the cars behind them can't stop quickly enough.
Not running 190 miles an hour. You can't stop very quickly. And, of course, there was a lot of smoke there. Didn't know which way to go. There's Jeff Purvis out looking over his car. That left front, you can see the tremendous amount of damage on it. And here's Andy Santerre, a lot of damage on his car.
The Cherryfield main driver has a new crew chief, Mike Gricci, owner of the championship car in the Busch North Series the last 2 years.
I saw Elton Sawyer just go by with a lot of damage to the 98 car also on the left front corner. So
there's the hood up on Elton Sawyer's car. The aerodynamics destroyed. But he'll make it around and be able to come back out, and he'll need to because this is the first race counting toward the 1999 championship in the Busch Grand National Series. Andy Hillenberg has made a pit stop.
And the whole field is coming in now for pit stops as we see the MBNA car going out, and here comes the field.
Notice Mark Green looked like he might have a right front flat as he was going down the back straightaway also just then.
Bill Stevens.
Randy LaJoie is in. He'll take on 4 tires. I just spoke to Mark Reno, the crew chief. This is one of the teams that had very little trouble with the new shock absorbers rules this year, but the car is tight in the early stages of the race. They're going to take a couple of rounds of wedge out of the chassis as well, give them fuel, and get them back onto the fast break. To Dick
Kenny Schrader is nearing the conclusion of a 4-tire change. It's all done and over with, but several cars have gotten out of the pits ahead of Schrader, who had been leading until this point.
Update on Andy Santerre, whose car is stopped there in the back straightaway. He is still in the car, but he is talking with the rescue workers. He appears to have injured his leg, and they are going to take Santerre to the care center. Pit action continues. Most of these are 4-tire changes.
And I'm sure there were a lot of drivers that were anxious to get into the pits, Mike, and make some adjustments on their cars. And that car right there, the number 95 of Bobby Hamilton Jr. is one of them. He had ready to drop back in the field.
Bill Stevens.
One of the problems we talked with crew chiefs this week was the experience of the crews themselves as they're working on the cars. Casey Atwood was leaving the pit. A tire got wedged underneath the front of that car, probably damaging the valance. They will have to assess that and maybe bring them back in again.
Boy, there's no probably to it, Bill. That is all pushed in.
Absolutely, and that will affect that car greatly at these types of speeds here. The front will try to lift.
Dick Berggren.
Well at this end, but up pit road, Bobby Hamilton's car is stuck, and he's just not moving. The car is just sitting on pit road, going nowhere right now.
Hamilton had dropped back in the field. I don't know if it's something about the handling of the car or whatnot. He started up near the front, but he had dropped back about 30th position before this caution came out, so they're doing major work on that car.
Hamilton now pulls away, and he'll come back out. Now there's Andy Santerre. You can see that he has hurt his leg, but he's sitting up talking to everybody, and he is otherwise okay as he is helped into the ambulance for the ride to the care center.
You're exactly right. You can see him favoring his right leg there. There's Michael Waltrip there helping him up. He's just getting all the cobwebs out of his head. He seems to be under power there and not limping or anything.
Fortunately, everybody involved is, for the most part, okay. Let's show you what happened here. Is first Michael Waltrip got turned around in the back straightaway, number 21.
He might have had a little bit of help there. It looked like Kansas might have got into the back. You see the car trying to get up. Those flaps on the roof there help get it back down. That keeps the car from flying backwards and getting and turning over back there.
But look at all of this smoke, and those drivers coming in there, they can't see where they're going, and they, as Mike said, they're slowing down, and then they start hitting each other and further intensifying the wreck.
Let's show you a different angle of it.
There they're coming off of turn 2, and you can see the yellow car of Kansas, and you see those roof flaps that Buddy mentioned there. Keeps the car down on the ground, but look at all that smoke.
Adam Petty gets past, and now Michael Waltrip sitting and looking.
Just hoping nobody will hit him.
Well, and he knows there's a lot of trouble behind him because he can see them coming.
Yeah, he's facing them there.
Hillenberg slides by. Now watch, I believe it's Andy Santerre. It is who piles into Waltrip. It's Andy Santerre, and that's how Santerre's leg got injured. And that side-on slide into Michael Waltrip. Let's watch and listen from Elton Sawyer. This is from Jimmy Kitchen's car.
He said, I made it through there, but I'm down on the grass.
Another look from the back straightaway as Matt Kenseth turns Michael Waltrip around, and here they all come.
Boy, Ron Hornaday in the 31 just did get by there.
And the more cars that start sliding their wheels and creating smoke, the more gets involved in it.
You know, Nance, that could have been twice as bad, though. Just now, they have the back straightaway about half paved there. A long time ago, that was all grass on the inside.
We're under the first caution of the day for a multi-car crash in the back straightaway. 28 laps are complete here at Daytona.